computer. Cool. Thank you, guys. So this will be our last Zoom before we launch, before we go live. Whoop, whoop. Before you guys go live on the programs that you're doing. So to have an idea of who's gotten their supplements, give me a wave. Ebony says she has not yet, or she knows when she'll be getting them back. Deb and Shane, I'm going to go across my box. Deb and Shane, you guys have already had it forever. Amber, you got it. Jen, yes. Amy, no. Kimberly's a no. Yes. For Jess? Okay, so you guys, it's you and your husband. You're good to go, right? Both of you guys. Are you guys like sitting next to you guys? Holy crap, cracking me up. You guys are not in the same room?
In my office. I'm still working.
Cracking me up. Are you guys on Central Time or Eastern Time?
Central.
Central. Okay, got it. Jackie, you're good to go with supplements too. Lori, have you gotten yours yet? No.
No.
Do you have a timeline of when you'll get them?
Last I heard was the 15th. Whether it's changed or not, I'm not sure.
Okay, got it. So I know different parts of the country. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's Hannah, how about you in Chicago?
Yep.
You're good to go?
Mike are in Chicago with you.
Okay, and what do I have at the bottom?
Mine should be here tomorrow.
Okay, yours. Okay, sweet. Okay, cool. So for the most part, yes. When you guys haven't gotten it, when you get it, or you have a tracking, shoot me a text. Let me know. This way I can kind of make that decision. Cool. Then Tammy, I believe you got your products already?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Where am I at? Technology, I get to put my battery on my light so you guys can see my mug. Welcome to COVID-19 when you have to have all this technology just to chit chat. Bam! Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to go down the line. So I am extremely consistent in not letting you know the times that these Zoom calls are. So those of you guys that have like texted me or emailed me right away, thank you. And I'm like, oh man. Okay. So as of now, it's 8 o'clock. If for 8 o'clock Eastern, for those of you guys in other time zones, if for whatever reason you guys want to request something else, let me know. And if collectively we're good with that and we have less conflicts or more participation, I'm open. I'm okay with that. So until otherwise different, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock's the time. Michelle, that's like so inviting for me. I have no clue if that's a bed or a couch, but I just want to join you. And there we go. That's so comfy. I'm just saying it's comfy. All right, so we're going to review logging foods, what we did last week or earlier in the week. I'm scratching off what we're doing. All right, watch my screen. Here goes the movie. Soon, here goes the movie. Where's my screen? All right, here we go. Your screen. Booyaka. No, you don't want to watch that. All right, cool. So logging on to, I'm continuing to use, who do I have logged in here today? Oh, Julius. We're continuing to use Julius. We used hers on Monday. And you can see once we log in, we've got our tracker based on the information that we're putting in. So the recommended registered dietitian guideline started her at this number here, sliding down for her program. And we can see that following the program, we're shifting at a much faster rate than recommended by the Register or Board of Dietetics. With this custom group, I will anticipate to see that. You guys heard it from the testimonies on Monday. But there's no guarantees. So what I'm asking is trust the process, follow the program. When we fall on our face, you will fall on your face. Give me feedback, and then we'll identify how to overcome that. So scrolling down, oh sweet, that's not it. To log into food log goes up to food, literally click log. If I have favorite foods, I click on favorites. So these are the favorite foods I've got. How do I get a favorite food? As I log, I click favorite next to it. So let's say somebody popcorn, shoot something out. What did I eat today?
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Watermelon.
Hamburger or watermelon. I'm going to do hamburger first. So I went through Wendy's burger. Where's the burger? There we go. Ooh, burger, junior bacon cheeseburger. I do like those. So I got the junior bacon cheeseburger, and I did that. I did it for dinner. I did it on my drive home back from the farm. Boom. So as I got it here, I know this is a meal that I eat on a regular basis. I click the star on the left. It is a favorite now. So when I do my drop-down favorites, it's an easy one, and I know I'm going to eat that. So here's chicken broth. Like, when did I eat chicken broth? I had chicken broth for lunch. You guys will understand when I have that. So she's totally going to freak out when she looks at her logging for today. I'm totally going to leave it too. I'm going to see if she notices. And then, so it's easier for me to find. And the first 2 weeks will be the most challenging as far as the software system identifying the foods that we like. This is why I wanted you guys to start using it now. We see what our daily goal is, and ideally we want to stay below that. When you're following the custom program, not an issue. And I also see the macronutrients. So based on the menu, I forgot, how do I find menus? How do I find my menus from the registered dietitian?
Go to food.
Go to food, got it. Where else?
Menu.
Everybody at once, I love it. Thank you, Jen. Menus. And then here I am. So there's 8 templated menus, anywhere from Esteban, after the 4 weeks of following the program, I'm going to change this so you guys that are seeing the recorded one. After 4 weeks of following the program, you're like, you know what, this was kind of cool. I want to continue something. And this whole foods-based plants, whatever real meat crap that Esteban put together, I want to go through fast food. Cool. You click on this, and it'll give me an idea. Oh, look at that, McDonald's grilled cheese classic. It's within the macronutrients and the calories recommended by the registered dietitian. Would I recommend that if you're paying me $2,000? No, not unless you're like, there's no other option. It's letting you know there's these options. And I am vegetarian. There's a vegetarian menu. I'm going to go on a night out on a restaurant, and I'm going to have alcohol. There's my wine. Here's examples. Here's suggestions. So you can follow it to the T, and your body will still transform. So that's the beauty of that. Okay, next one here. Let's go back to the overview. Left is food logging and tracking. Right is movement. Track your steps. My requests, and I'll send out an email by Saturday. I'd like you guys to email me or text me what your average steps have been the last 7 days. And I will design something based on what your average has been. If you don't know how to find out what your average steps have been, if you don't have a tracker, I'll let you know. It's 2020. Everybody carries a phone on them. These phones track your steps. They track a lot more than that, but that's a different Zoom call. Yes, it is. All right, so for exercises, I'm going to go to activity. I'm going to go down to workouts. And by Saturday, you will have a custom workout. Let's see what's in here. Oh, I got nothing in here. You'll have a custom workout. First one is, thank you to Jackie for suggesting evening stretches. So I'm going to put together a custom evening stretch or morning stretch, whatever you want to do, that you can add to your program. I'm going to leave it at that. There's a lot more that this can do. I'll give an example here. Let's say I want to work on my stability because I'm getting really off balance. All this alcohol, COVID. How do I do this exercise? There's a little video. here on the side. So the exercise templates here are designed by the National Academy of Sports Medicine. We've got a lot, thousands of variables to pick from here. I'll design it for you. After the 4 weeks, if you're like, I got no clue how to do a workout, cool. You've got the National Academy of Sports Medicine built into this platform. You're good to go. So Jen, you're never going to get bored. Ever. She's got a cool gym at home.
Esteban filter on.
Well, my wife's on the other side of the door. So I feel like I'll get grounded, which I probably will. All right, let's see here. All right, let me get off of share screen. Welcome back, kids. All right, weigh in Sunday night. Sunday night will be your official weigh-in.
At night?
At night. Because it'll be right before the beginning of the program. The program will be Monday. Your regular weigh-ins will be in the morning. You'll wake up, you'll go potty, whether you brush your teeth or not, whatever. Weigh yourself and track it, record it. Yes, weigh yourself daily because that's what we're doing this for. We're doing this as a transformation. I'm going to send out a template on how to do circumference measurements. The .fit also has a place for circumference measurements. However, it doesn't have left side, right side. So like with me, for those of you guys that have known me, Lori was in my homeroom class in high school, so it was cool. I was a cheerleader. She actually coached me. She was a cheerleader too, so it's like, hey. So I did a lot of lifting with my right arm, not as much with my left arm. So yes, there's a slight curvature in my spine, and I literally have an inch difference between my right side and my left side. Okay, if I didn't track both sides, I wouldn't know that. And how many inches am I losing? I may or may not be accurate. So my recommendation in the chart I'm going to give you has a left side and right side for you to track your inches. So you'll want to do that Sunday as well. So we have the most accurate pre-starting the program. However, some of us are changing though. Tammy, you want to share what's happened since the beginning of the week?
I've started inputting my food and tracking my steps, and I've lost 2 pounds for this week.
Nice.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. Look at that, 2 pounds already. She hasn't even started the program, but you have started the program. So good for you, Tammy.
I needed some accountability.
There we go. And it's working. You're doing fantastic. Let's see here. So the custom program will be emailed to you. A link will be emailed to you tomorrow. No, it's not in .fit. It's in another platform altogether. .fit is for us to log in. I can see what you're doing, and you'll have access to it past the 28 days, past the first month. It's on an app called Teachable. That's just where I've placed the data, the information. There's some videos in there. Some are serious. Some are me being a smart aleck. There are some workouts in there, which I'll get to that here in a little bit. And the menus are on there. So when you can look at the menu and be like, what do I need when I go to the grocery store? So ideally, you'll have the menu to go to the grocery store Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, so you are prepared for Monday. Ideally, you want to prepare the food Sunday night. The first 3 days is a vegetarian whole foods based meal plan. There are some cold pressed vegetable juices. So cold press allows a higher percentage of the nutrients to stay within the juice. And when there's certain ways of bottling it, you can do a regular cold press at home, and the shelf life of the juice is 3 to 4 days. There's certain ways to bottle, and if you buy them at Kroger and it says cold press, it's typically a 30-day shelf life. And there's a bottling process to be able to keep the bacteria minimal for about a month. So the app will be Teachable. You can get it on the iPhone. If you have the teenage phone, which is like Samsung, I think. No, you got to go under web browser.
That's the programmer's phone.
I do fitness and nutrition. That's all I do. I don't know the other stuff. It's designed as
Teachables?
a drip campaign. So because it's a drip campaign, meaning that you cannot access week 2 on day 1. You go 2 to 3 days, and then you'll have access to day 4, 5, 6. So we'll have whole foods based starting. Then we're going to go through a blood sugar detox, and then we get to eat some really fun, cool food. If anybody has questions on modifications as you see the menu, just text me, and we'll talk about what the modification options are. The Teachable app, those of you guys that have used it before, is there anything that you would like to share with the rest of the team that you experienced when you first went through it? I'm extremely familiar to it, so I really haven't experienced the barriers on that. Yes, no, maybe so. I know Jose, Jackie, you guys have used it. Jen, I don't know if you've used the Teachable app or AIM yet. When you guys did the program, I think I was on another platform.
Actually, I don't recall using an app either. I just kind of used it. We had the PDF. We had access to it online. I can't remember what that link was, but that's how I used to access it. Or was that the Teachable app?
That would have been Teachable, unless somebody emailed it to you. If you would have seen the videos and the different PDFs, that was through Teachable, which you have access through a web browser or an app.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was accessible on the phone, so I was just going through the web.
Okay, got it.
So it's free to us, but you pay the monthly or these fees. Is that correct?
Yep, I pay the fees.
Okay.
And so what I'll do is I'll give you guys a coupon code that'll have that prepaid for you guys to access it. Jackie, Deb, Shane, anything that you can foresee might be a pain in the butt with the Teachable app?
No, the only thing is being a planner, I'd like to at least be able to see the first, 4, 5, 6 days so that because we don't go to Kroger very often.
I'm the same way. I don't grocery shop on the weekends.
Okay.
That would be the only thing I would request is more than 3 days.
So you guys will have access to it tomorrow, and then you'll be able to see the first 3 days menus. So once you activate your account, the time clock starts with the drip campaign. So although Monday is technically day 1, if you start it tomorrow, it'll be day 3 or 4, whatever that is, as far as the clock is concerned.
So it'll open it up.
You'll always have access to the menu before you get to that day.
Okay.
I was just gonna say I made it a habit in the morning just to kind of look and see, okay, what was today's words of wisdom or reminders or So and I have a Samsung, so I did have to go on the web browser or whatever. And I also, to print the menus, I had to do it from my computer. So it was because it was small. Looking at the menu was small on my phone. I couldn't see it. You couldn't make it big, so.
Yeah, it's so the menu program, Jackie, the last time it was a PowerPoint converted to a PDF. Now it's actually the same menu that's created through .fit. The font is really small. I mean, it really is. So if you're able to do the spread to see what things are, awesome. That's a good point there. Good point, Jackie.
Can I ask a question as a new person?
Hello, new person. What's up?
Hello. So I guess I'm a little confused on the menus that are in .fit versus the menus that are in the Teachable app, because I guess I was planning on customizing the .fit menus and starting to shop for that. So
I've already created a custom menu for you. So it's anti-inflammatory. It's got a blood sugar detox, has a high level of antioxidants built into it. It's the same science that you heard with the testimonies on Monday. The .fit menus is another program, not on this Zoom, that are just following that. So you'll have access to that. You have access to that always. So now that this account's created for you, it's yours, you're good to go. Unless one day I feel like going bloop on an administrative side, which doesn't make sense. And then you can manipulate that as well at any given point in time. For these 4 weeks, my request is follow the menu that you'll get sent to you tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Next is fitness. You guys don't need to wait on fitness. So you can join the fitness. Those of you guys that have, awesome. So you can do fitness on your own, or you can do fitness through me. So one is like Michelle, who's walking. Rock on, get your steps on, girl. Two, I'm doing Zoom classes. 7 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday, 10 a.m. Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m., but I'm not teaching it, Monday through Thursday, Saturday at 10. Saturday's fun, so like invite everybody and their mama. It is booty and abs. And if you didn't know, I'm going to let you know right now, it's all about the booty. Putting it out there because it just is. That's at 10 a.m. And then Sunday, there's an additional class. I don't teach it. And I've got somebody else that'll be teaching that one. We'll have the templates that'll be via the Teachable. And there's additional workout videos on templates that'll be on .fit. On Teachable, there'll be video workouts to follow. And pressure, no pressure, but I'm putting her on the spot. One of these times, Lori's going to coach and teach for us. She's a kick butt fitness instructor, and she teaches everything. So it'll be awesome.
Tuesday morning would be good since they're already tuned into that one.
For you to take over a Tuesday, whatever.
If you want, unless you wanted a separate day, like a whole separate class.
Are you kidding? For me, like not to teach a class and you take over? Yes.
I figured since they've already got the Zoom and all that stuff, but it's up to you.
Golden.
It doesn't matter to me.
Golden. Yeah,
I'm pretty flexible.
That'd be cool. Okay, cool.
So I have a
So we'll
question.
talk
This one.
offline on when to do it. Somebody was talking.
Can you
I had a
email?
question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I can't tell if I'm trying to talk or not. Can you email that schedule out to us so we have that?
Yes, if I didn't, check your first email. It might be on there, and I'm gonna look through. And if it's not on there, I will add it. I gotta look at you. You're over here on my
Sorry.
thing. So yeah, we'll get it back out, Amy.
Thank you.
Somebody else?
Yeah, so let's say we did your class this morning, and if we were going to track our activity, how do you suggest tracking it? Do you just say 30 minutes of running up and
If
down
you're
the
manually
stairs
gonna
and
do it,
doing, you know, how do
Yeah, if you manually do it, that, and I'm gonna make a video on Saturday to say that specifically. How, like I just went through the food log. I'll make a video on Saturday. I'll just do a screen recording and I'll email it out. So I'll hide it in YouTube someplace and you guys can access that. Okay, that's exactly right, Deb. So
That was fun, by the way, this morning.
What's that?
I said that was fun this morning.
It is fun, you know. It's I'm an old school guy that has been face to face in fitness, and with COVID, this has forced us to do this.
Well, it brought me back to the day of the gym when you used to be in my face yelling at me, so I liked it.
Rock on, cool. Hey, you know, I enjoy yelling at you too. My son asked me, he's like, "Dad, are you like a nice trainer or like a drill sergeant?" I'm like a nice drill sergeant, but do I like to yell at people? Not at people, just towards people. That's all. So you'll get high energy. Okay, that's it for today. So I just wanted to update you. I wanted to find out about your supplements, update you on, you'll get your Teachable account tomorrow. So once you get the link, just start it. Just start it because it's that drip campaign. And you can see the menu. Any questions you have, I'm accessible. My request is give me 24 hours to respond. If I do have an opening, I'll respond right away. If not, just please be flexible with me to get back to that. All right, 5 minutes Q&A. And your name might not pop up, so do me a favor and please let me know who you are when you ask a question. Don't mind me. I'm going to sit here picking my nose waiting for somebody to ask something.
Amy
I'm
has
not asking a question. I'm just saying, like, finally things are opening up, and congrats that gyms are opening up soon. So, yay.
In Ohio, the 26. Any other states? I don't know. I don't know New York. I don't know Pennsylvania. I don't know Florida, Illinois. No clue. However, thanks to Lori and me, we got you guys covered on Zoom.
Yeah, 'cause
Lori,
I'd
it
like
starts
to-
with one class. You just open a door.
I love teaching. It's what I do.
Sweet. Love it. Any other questions? Amy's thinking.
Amy
Okay,
does.
this is what.
Go ahead. I was just wondering how many days you want, like, do you have a request with this program? Like, how many days you want us to make sure we get like a walk almost every day? But I didn't know if you wanted like a specific one of your workauts a certain amount of days, I guess.
What the request is, ensure that you're hitting your caloric expenditure goal.
Ouch.
And that could be, again, it's perfect timing, Michelle. It could be like Michelle walking right now, or it could be doing some form of fitness class. And part of these Zoom classes, I'm going to add more science into it. There's only 2 ways shown that we're aware of to increase metabolism. One is how we do meal timing. 2 is resistance training, increasing the muscle hypertrophy. Muscle and movement is metabolism. If I'm moving from walking and lifting, there's expenditure there. If I'm doing lifting, there's going to be a post-positive side to it. So again, being nerdy, if I go into a HIIT type training, there's something called EPOC, excessive post-oxygen consumption. If you're familiar with Orange Theory Fitness, that's the whole basis and premises of this. So my caloric expenditure is going to go higher. If I do resistance training like Amy, you had done before in the past, I'm gonna get into the toning and increase my metabolism. There's a lot of benefits that come from that, but with this program, the requirement is just burn. Just any which way that you decide to do it, hit your expenditure.
And
Multiple
you'll tell us.
So there's no requirement on you have to do this class. No, because looking at this platform, I'm going to use an example. I've got Lauren here, who's an awesome trainer. I've got me here, so I've got one in Florida, one in Ohio, New York, Chicago, Pennsylvania. We have trainers in different states, and each trainer's like an artist. They're going to design a program based on their experience, expertise, and what they believe you're going to want and like. So for this transformation program, there's not one you have to do this fitness platform because they're all good. They really are. All right, good question. Great question. Whitney, did we answer your question or not yet?
Yeah, I got one. And I'm like a rule follower, so I like the menu and the calories and all of that. I want to make sure I understand properly. So like we're custom because you're making our custom menu. So we still have to follow that to a T, or can we swap based on calorie and macronutrients?
You can swap, but not based on calories and macronutrients. You can swap based on food family. And once you get into the program, you'll see that. So with this, it's predominantly minus the meal replacements. It's real food, real animal. If it had eyeballs and breathed, you could eat it. And if it came from the ground, you can eat it. That's what it is. There's nothing that's been pre-made. And I'll talk about that next week on where we are today as a society in eating and preparing foods. Great question, though.
Okay. So to go on with what she was saying, so if you say, let's say salmon, we could exchange it out for chicken? Is that what you're saying, animal for animal? Or would it be like salmon or mackerel?
Yeah, for the most part, yes, but there's sometimes that salmon is there for the omega content, for the fat content that chicken may not have. So it just depends on where it falls into the program. For the most part, though, Lori, good question. For the most part, yeah, I can exchange animal for animal or protein for protein. For the most part.
Right, okay. And what if you put on food on the menu that we will not eat, like oatmeal? I won't put oatmeal in my mouth.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we can change it out for
Put
something.
fish in my mouth.
I'm the problem child on that one.
I have a feeling I got a couple of problem children here. So we'll talk. We can talk offline, and then we'll share. If we feel that it's beneficial for everybody, then we'll share it, saying, "Hey, we modified this food, or did an exchange from this food to that food," and then questions will be brought up from that, or like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," and that's part of the private Facebook page where we can exchange that as well. So that's part of the Zoom call here in the private Facebook page.
Do I have the Facebook page?
I don't think I know.
Some of you guys are on there, some of you are not. That's my homework over the weekend, is to make sure that everybody on this program gets invited into that. So what I might have to do is find you and friend you if we're not already friends, and then I'll invite you to the page.
Is that the K7?
Yes, K7, you're on there. If you've been on any of the programs in the past that I have, you're probably on there.
Don't look for Shane because you won't find him.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, don't look for
Love
him.
you and your allergies to social media. You can post for him, Deb.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want us to post specifically on Facebook? I mean, besides questions, is there?
So right now, like Julia is following a great plan. At the end of the day, we do a breakdown on what worked for us, what didn't work for us. That's one. And another one, which Jackie asked it, so we'll do it now, is going to mention it on Monday, is part of this transformation is our mindset. So making it a morning declaration on a creation, next level graduates, what are you declaring for today? So we pick one. You know, today I fall on joy. That's the one I fall on all the time. And I'll put it this way. And we'll get this next week. Jackie, you opened up Pandora's box. Thank you. Stress. Bless you, Amy. Stress causes fight, flight, freeze, and something else that starts with F, frolic, something. So when I am stressed out, I want to cope with that in different kinds of ways, especially in this good old COVID days, or I've got to hit a specific closeout at the end of the month, end of the quarter. And then we fall into different habits, different rituals, different hormonal cravings. Let's say sweets, for instance. So if I fall into a fight or flight, my stress levels go up. We typically would crave simple sugars, typically from fruit dough, so we can get out of there quickly. I'm not going anywhere here, and I'm not physically fighting a monster, but I'm about to fight with my wife because my hormone just went up. So I've got to act upon what my hormone's telling me, and my sweet is going to be ice cream or my big ass chocolate bar. So for me, my declaration in the beginning of the day is joy. And if I'm not in alignment, if my thought or behavior is not in alignment with what I committed to declare in the beginning of the day, I get to make a mental check and shift. Whoa, this doesn't fall into alignment with what I committed myself to create today. How can I find joy in the scenario situation I'm at? So we get to declare one thing that we're creating, and then at the end of the day, what worked today, what didn't work today. Again, Julia's doing an outstanding job, and that's part of the support on how her body's transforming the way that it is. With that, it also gives me feedback on how we can transition the design of this program. There's always something that worked and always something that didn't work. So if you can't figure it out, stop and think for 30 seconds and it'll come up. Excellent question, Jackie. So we'll do one more and then we'll wrap it up.
I have a question, Esteban. It's Lindsay. What are you opposed to us having our own Facebook group outside of your K7 because it's more program specific things that not everybody in K7 has this same program? So would it be beneficial, like, to have just like our small group in our own Facebook group
I don't
So it's
believe
more-
so. That's a good question. I don't believe so, because the majority of the individuals in that page have gone through something extremely similar to this, if not this exact program. And it could prompt responses that I'm not even thinking about. So I like getting a larger level of support, but that is a good question. That's why this Zoom is private though, Lindsay, specifically for this group.
Okay.
Good question.
Okay. So they're not going to give us like misleading information because their program was different than ours. It's not going to be.
And it won't be misleading because I manage that group. So if it is, I'll squash it.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm gonna read through the questions, seeing if there's any questions that haven't been addressed. So Jackie, that was did you get it answered, the question? Because that's the one that Jen or Amy asked upon for the workouts.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good. Thanks.
I need buddies, so if anybody wants to Facebook friend me, I'd welcome that.
Jen, you're ahead of the game because we are going to have buddies in this as well. You're going to have accountability buddies. So you guys start thinking about that. Mike, if there's anybody else that has your same last name in here, they can't be your buddy. Just letting you guys know. Yep. You guys by default are going to be each other's buddy. But we're going to get somebody else. So, Deb, if there's anybody in the same room of you that looks like it's a separate room, it can't be your buddy. Cool. All right. You guys good? Do I get a high five, Hannah? Awesome. All right. That's it. Any other questions? If you guys think of it afterwards, let me know. You guys rocked it. Love you guys.
All right, so
I'm going to do a mass email with this recording in case you're like, oh man, I forgot about this. Most of this is just chit chat. So if you guys are watching this recorded, you just missed out on the party, on the fun. Party line. Well,
Yeah, Esteban Lincoln wants to give you a high five.
do it, buddy. Do it. Bam! There we go. Awesome. So next Zoom call, Monday, 8 o'clock.
Monday, 8 o'clock. All right. Thank you.
See you guys.
When you,
Thank you.
Esteban, when did you want our steps by?